Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Twitch. You are live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham Day, and this man in the box wearing his... Actually, I'm going to take him out of the box. Let's get him full screen. Just so we can appreciate the Mandalorian t-shirt. There's got a cup in the way. God, it looks like Baby Yoda's having a drink.
Oh.
Feed the Baby Yoda.
He's having his soup in it.
Yes,
How's it
lads,
going, Graham?
says Precision in the chat. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, not too bad. I hear you're mildly aching this morning, Bib.
Mildly aching. I swear to God, my knees are still on that five-a-side pitch. I love playing football, but the worst form of football is indoor, six-a-side or five-a-side. The nets are small, and you're like running on marble. You're running on like laminate flooring, but it's just as hard. There's just no give in the floor whatsoever. So my knees are absolutely shot to shit, but who'd have thought that doing all this fitness stuff to try and play a charity football match in May would cause me this much disruption to my life, eating salads and running around a football pitch? You know what I mean? It's just an inconvenience, but a mild one at that.
Pro tip, don't run around. Can't get tired. Can't ache.
Eat more pizzas.
Yeah.
How are you doing anyway?
I'm not too bad.
Last night?
I jumped on for a change.
Wait for it.
I played some PUBG and had some interesting interactions on social media for that. So, for those of you that don't know, PUBG has added the gliders in. So basically, rather than just jumping out of a plane and you fight on the ground till you die, or everyone dies, or whatever, there is now gliders. So you can just jump in one of those, fly around the sky. Chances are, if you're in a glider, you're not going to win the game, but you're up there for it's something different. It's something fun to do. Jobs are good. And anyway, I thought, okay, we're getting down to the final circle now. Final few circles, even. We're on Miramar, big desert map. There's a few mountain bits. I'm going to land on the top of one of these mountains if I can. Get myself quite central. I'm just going to keep circling in this circle in my glider. Circling in the circle, that's what she said. I don't know why she'd say that, but there we go. Anyway, flying round and round. Thought I'd land on the top of this kind of mountain structures. So nobody near me. I'm hundreds of feet, probably 200, 300 feet in the air. So I don't know, 300-400 meters away from my nearest person that could shoot me. Never gonna hit me. Anyway, a split second later, pop! Someone headshotted me out of the fucking glider. So I was like, damn. Couldn't be angry because it was either a luck shot,
expert shot.
Yeah, either way, even if it was luck or whether he meant to do it. Clearly he meant to do it, but it was one of those hit and hope shots. Anyway, this guy was called A Token Ginger. So I thought, there's a website called PUBG Report, and PUBG Report shows you if you've been killed by or you kill. Welcome, is that Daquan? Welcome, Daquan. Thank you very much for following, and I hope you stick around for the rest of the stream. We've just begun, so we've got the full scoop. We'll go into what that is. We're just having a bit of a pre-show waffle while everyone joins in the chat. So, search for this guy on PUBG Report. He wasn't on PUBG Report. So PUBG Report allows you to see if you've killed a streamer or if someone else that is streaming kills you. So if you've been killed or a kill is taking place on stream, it captures it and saves it. So couldn't find him there. Just did do you know what, let's see if he's on Twitter. So I searched for A Token Ginger on Twitter. Found a name and I said, I don't suppose you're the same person on Xbox Live, are you? He was like, yeah, I am. So I sent him a tweet something along the lines of like, I don't know, you just knocked me out of a glider from a million feet away. Absolute GG or something like that. Nice friendly banter. Oh mate, it was all look. Oh, nice one, high five. Wonderful. So whilst I was on PUBG Report, I thought I'll search for my name, see if I've killed anyone on stream or been killed on stream. And luckily for me, the majority of the kills on stream were me killing other people. Yay! But there was one. There was one at the end, which was a few days ago. I was being killed by someone else. I was knocked on stream, so I thought I'll check it out. Clicked through to it, and it was actually, do you know what? I'll show you exactly, rather than just telling you. This is the joy of the internet. PUBG.report. There we go. Let's bring this up on screen for you now. So this is PUBG Report. I searched for my name there, Grady. There we go. Looking for Jake 3 days ago. I thought, I'll check this out. Instantly click through, and what this does, it gives you access to someone's stream. I thought, as a Twitch streamer, I'll click through and check him out on Twitch. So I did that. I thought I'll watch the video on Twitch. Okay. Anyway, watched the clip, saw that he's got his old Twitter and YouTube and everything like that. So I thought, do you know what? Actually, I've had one good exchange with someone on Twitter. Let's have another one. Let's just send him the clip and go, how dare... Actually, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Let's go back. There we go. I'll leave the clip on. Because it's something and nothing. He's basically started a map. He's at the very beginning of a game. Me and my teammate didn't want to play on this map, so we dropped out and went to a different map. So naturally, we spawned into the map as AFKs up here. So he just goes and kills AFKs. Anyway, long story short, I just said, how dare you? You killed me when I was AFK. How very dare you? Thinking, oh, well, that was a little bit of banter. You know, let's do a little bit Britain impression. And this was his response to it. So I've just seen you killing me as an AFK. How very rare you, I actually put, not dare you, I meant to put dare. Linked him through with a laughing emoji to a PUBG report, and then he quote tweets this. I killed you while you were AFK, and you followed it through this far to tweet me about it. I don't know whether to pity you or be impressed. I was like, what? Wow. Not to 60 in no seconds, so yeah, I'm not ready, dude. Just lolling. Chill out, mate.
I have a very small problem. It's a very small problem with people who quote tweet someone to have a go at something or have a shit opinion. Well, I say shit opinion, but basically, you know, when you see it all the time on Twitter, like, people don't use threads anymore. They just quote tweet other tweets all the time to put their opinion out. I don't understand why. What is the reason for that?
The reason for that is because they want to own the conversation, or they want to be seen to be a dick. That what he's just done there, like you say, is a dick move, because that's like me and you going, Bibby, don't do that, and you went, shut up, you knobhead, and then me turning around to the room and going, Bibby just called me a knobhead, but I am not, and I disagree, and everyone going, and that's essentially what he's done.
I just think it's really weird. Like, if you're having a conversation, you just keep it to the same kind of thread thing, because otherwise the conversation gets lost. The amount of times you'd see the last bit of the conversation, and then you have to go through and click the conversation each time to go down through somebody else's timeline. So you'd be like 40 clicks down the line. It'd just be like, it could easily be in a thread, but there is. This is Bibby being an old man.
No, there is a bit of selfishness to that. The reason people do that is because if I reply to your tweets, I'm replying to your conversation. If I quote tweet it and people start replying to it, they are replying to my conversation, and it's purely about bragging rights. A lot of people that do it are people that want to be seen to be the ones that are having the conversation, that are generating it, even though they're responding off of someone else. And it's a proper shitty move. Respond to someone. If someone's had the ingenuity to deploy something. Number one pirate, thank you very much for the hosts. And ads in the chat says it. It's a lovely day. Thank you. I'll take that personally. Thank you. So yeah.
Morning, boys.
It's ads with the host as well. Back to back host. Thank you very much, guys.
Two time.
Excuse me. So if you are in the chat, good morning. Good morning. Now I've got my ranting about my ups and downs of social media exploits out of the way. For those of you that didn't catch it, I had a good social exchange with a guy I met in a game, and then had a shit social exchange with a guy I met in a game. This is the world of gaming. Vern, good morning. Thank you very much for the host, dude. How the devil are you, sir? Fatman Dave in the chat says, you used to have those tactics with me when we argued, but it was to mum and dad and not the whole internet. Mom, David just punched me.
You know, I mean, Samantha was having this conversation the other day. She said that she's seen something on Twitter about two brothers, one an older and a significantly younger brother. Who says that when the older brother argues with the younger brother just closes his eyes mid-argument, so that the conversation just goes over his head. How can you argue with someone who's just not paying attention to you? So you just end up shouting at a wall instead. Well, that's absolutely genius. I'm going to use that one, and me and her just get into a little bit of a bickering match. Just close my eyes. Signal her out. Can't be asked.
Just go, wait, oh. And then walk off. Just into another room. Goodbye. Loving the merch today. Mr. Graham Day says number one pirate in the chat. And then also dropped in the exclamation mark merch. Well, thank you very much. For those of you, I've just dropped on Baby full screen. Let's jump back to me. For those of you that don't know what it's about, this is my custom, I don't know if you can see the name, my custom Ice Cream Uploads esports jersey. Whoa, out of focus. Which you can get from Gamers Apparel's Ice Cream Upload store. The link there is in the chat. So if you want to show your love for the ice cream community, the ice cream D. I don't know. The ice cream team. Then feel free. Welcome, Adam_online. Adam Online? Is that Adam Online BPF? If it is, good morning. If it isn't, also good morning. Next Gen Renegade just checked out that PUBG report. 1 death on a stream. Nothing exciting. It's really good. It's really good. I think. In fairness to that dude that I was talking about, I think he probably thought I'd gone through 2 days later digging through to find this person and managed to find a way to do it. Whereas in reality, all I did was check out PUBG report. If you don't know PUBG report exists, then you probably think, I'm some weird man. Which is not far from the truth. It is, mate. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How the devil are you? Just in time as we're about to jump into the show. But before I do, I'm going to mute my mic so I can blow my nose so you don't get nasal grams. Give me 1 second.
Okay, so while he's blowing his nose, I'm currently padding. Hope everyone's having a good day. I mean, we're halfway there. What is it, hump day? Is that what they call it on a Wednesday? We've got the humpy hump day. So what better day than to sit here and listen to us?
Lovely! Perfectly done. Yes. There we go. So this is Ice Cream Uploads, and in true Ice Cream fashion, this is The Scoop, your daily dose of news from the games industry and beyond. We do the legwork. We trawl through the internet to bring you the biggest and best news stories of the day. We give you our thoughts and impressions, and we want to hear your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. If you're live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, then you guys get to interact with us. We want your thoughts in the chat as we go through the show. And that's important because we turn this into a YouTube podcast. Around an hour or so after the show, we upload it to youtube.com/Ice Cream Uploads. Those guys get the joys of on-demand content. I say those guys. Maybe you're watching this on YouTube. You get the joy of on-demand content, but you don't get to interact with us live in the chat. The people on Twitch, that is your job. The people on YouTube, just watch. Feel free to drop a comment in the comments below as well. And then we turn this into an audio podcast in four different places a little bit later on the day. What are they, babe? I know you weren't expecting me to throw it there, but what are our 4 audio podcast providers?
They are Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, and iTunes.
Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So, if you're in the chat, please feel free to say good morning. Please feel free to hit follow as well, because you will be notified when we go live. Like I say, each and every single weekday, 10 a.m. UK time, we go live. And let's jump straight in, because we have a bunch of stories today. I know we've spoke a little bit about stuff, but let's jump in. Oh, I've got cookies. Icons, because we haven't featured Game Informer before, but we are doing. Well done, Game Informer. You've made it. You have made it. You are on the scoop. And it's a pretty big story as well, as Rockstar Games VP Dan Houser leaves the company. This is written by Ben Reeves. Take-Two Interactive Software recently announced that Dan Houser, Vice President of Creative at Rockstar Games, will soon be leaving the company. According to the announcement, Houser took an extended break starting in the spring of 2019, but his last official day at the studio will be on March 11th of this year. We reached out to Take-Two for a statement which confirmed that Sam Houser's role with Rockstar Games, which he founded in 1998, remains unchanged. Sam Houser is Dan's brother. Dan Houser is one of the co-founders of Rockstar Games and was instrumental in its success developing franchises like Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption. We wish him the best in his future endeavours. Only time will tell if this change affects the future of Rockstar and parent company Take-Two Interactive. Ooh. Don't know what to make of that. I'm not.
It's a very weird time for someone to be leaving at this point.
Yeah.
With the new console generations coming out towards the end of the year, is it just because he's been there for so long and he wants to change? I imagine if he did want to change, he'd probably be doing it after the 6th game comes out. But to be fair, the most recent game that they released was Red Dead Redemption 2. Is that right?
Yes.
And then obviously some DLC stuff that came along with GTA 5. So, I mean, would there ever be a good time for him to depart? Probably not. With him being in such a high position, it doesn't matter when he leaves. It could be before, after, or during the game's lifespan. I don't think there's ever a good time for him to go. And I think he's perhaps got tired or bored. I don't know.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Yeah, he's made a bajillion pounds and decides to disappear. Yeah, I'm not sure. See, this is an interesting one. I was trying to find it this morning. I mean, I said trying. I very, very quickly tried to find it. Maybe you guys in the chat could have a look. I initially tried to find Dan Houser has been on an extended break since spring of 2019. I was trying to find out if there was a reason for that. I kind of seem to remember it, but then I'm thinking, oh, actually, maybe I'm mixing that with Borderlands stuff in my mind, which is also 2K22 kind of thing. So I'm not entirely sure. However, Sam Houser and Dan Houser, two brothers, made a huge company making the biggest games that have ever existed. And has stepped down. That is a big. It's a big loss in terms of. I believe he was like head writer of Red Dead Redemption, Bully, and Red Dead Redemption 2, and was involved in writing pretty much all of the GTA games. Maybe not the first one. But yeah,
I mean, it's still technically going out at the top, innit? Like I said, it's very hard for someone in his position to leave at any point. So he's created one of the biggest franchise, or helped created one of the biggest franchise, written countless stories for these games, as well as created the biggest video game, media entity there has ever, or probably will ever be again, in Grand Theft Auto 5. So I don't blame him. I imagine he's probably just going to take like a year or two off and just do whatever he wants to do. Interesting to see whether or not he comes back. If he's gonna, he said he was the co-owner. What didn't it? He is the co-founder.
Co-founder, yeah. Him and Sam,
his brother. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether or not he sells his shares in Rockstar.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about the company. I don't know if it is kind of share stuff or whether he's already been bought out and his employee. Because I know that he used to be at BMG, which was the one that we spoke about on stream the other week, where you didn't realise the BMG was a person.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the BMG logo is an actual What?
Yeah. There's so many things that are blatantly obvious that just goes right over my head.
Well, like E3 being Electronic Entertainment Expo. What?
Again, that's another one.
E3.
The list is endless.
I think, if I'm being honest, let's face facts. Dan Houser is a writer for video games, but he has left the industry because he knows that he can't keep up with my writing. Because as you can see, the discussing now slate on the screen says Dan evicted from the house. Yes, I mean who else in the world is writing Big Brother puns into news stories on Twitch on a Wednesday morning? I think I am possibly the only person, and there's probably a reason for that, to be fair, thinking about it. God damn it. Bully 2 for PS5, I believe, says Ads Plays in the chat. Would you play Bully 2, Bib? Actually, stop there.
Absolutely. I mean,
would you play anything, Bib? Yes. I realised what I said.
All right, you got me. Well, I'm just debating whether or not to go with your Talking Now segment as the title for today's podcast. I may need to cram some Stadia and stuff because that chef's kiss. That is great stuff for clicks.
Yeah.
Say anything bad about Google Stadia and they all come flocking.
Yeah, that's it. If you want eyes on your content, mention Stadia. I mean, it will be bad, and you will get a lot of people just there, like wanting an echo chamber to hear you say bad things about it. But you will also get a lot of people going, "Yeah, mate, what you saying about Stadia, mate?" Next Gen Renegade in the chat says, "I'd love to see a Warriors BR type open world game from Rockstar. Teams of 4 about
that would be good.
In
fact, that'd be amazing.
As in like the Warriors.
Yeah, they brought that out years ago.
PS2.
I'm sure it was on like original Xbox.
Yeah.
It's such a stupid fucking thing. It shouldn't be called the original Xbox. It should be called the Xbox One, but the Xbox One is the Xbox One, which is now. It's so dumb.
It's alright. I mean, it's not like, the next one just gets it any more confusing or anything. There's a couple of things that annoy me with that. Like, we've just had Battlefield 5. We still have Battlefield 5. So what comes before Battlefield 5? Battlefield 1. What? Can you do the counting? It's like iPhone 8, and then what comes after the iPhone 8? The iPhone X? No, it's 10. No, it's an X. No, it's 10. Well, okay, if it's 10, it should be 9. What are you doing, mate? So yeah, anyway, woosah, old men, angry and aggressive at X's, numbers, and V's and 1s and stuff. Chill out, mate. Anyway, Dan Houser is leaving Rockstar. I think we best leave that story there because There's not really much until we get more information. It's only just breaking. Until we get more information on, I say only just, it came out last night, but until we get more information on the whys and the wheres and the what fors, then there's not really much we can do with that other than assumptions and guesses. But big news. Imagine having the biggest, like Bibby said, it changed his words because that's exactly it. He said the biggest game, and then he said the biggest entertainment entity. Not Call of Duty. Grand Theft Auto is bigger than any film that's ever been made. Never mind video games. That's how significant it is for him to be stepping down.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, it doesn't have an impact on the quality of the storylines being written in GTA 6. Anyway, baby, tell me some stuff about you that you like.
Did I tell you the reason why the Xbox was called the original? Like they didn't put them in number stages. I don't know if it was you or Luke that I had this conversation with.
It was me. It was on stream. You did, but tell the chat they might not have been here.
For the purpose of you lot that may not have heard this before, the reason why the Xbox didn't want to go with a number order is purely because when they brought out the original Xbox, there was already a generation behind the PlayStation. So that as the PlayStation 2 was coming out, they didn't want to call it the Xbox One. When the PlayStation 3 was coming out, they didn't want to call it the Xbox 2 because the numbers wouldn't have matched and it would have seemed like it was an inferior product. That is the reason why they've gone with its stupid names, and now nobody knows what anything's called, and that they've got stupidly long Xbox One Series X Pro, Scarlett, Lockhart, together, something about putting stuff in holes and that. So
I can't wait until the next gen when we can all sit down with the PS6 and the Xbox umbrella. Why? just because. Xbox.
But yeah, that's a little bit of a trivia for you. Should have launched the Xbox 3 first. It says Ninja Bachelor. I agree.
Yeah, that's it. Just jumped ahead. PS2, Xbox 3. And then the PS2
Adam says it makes sense.
Makes sense. Anyway, jumping ahead with the news. The reason Bibby was saying that there, because if you're new to the scoop, those discussing now slates that kind of appear on the screen, I have to type that, so we need a little bit of time to pad, so that's what Bibby said. Sometimes we get the padding effortless, and I just get it in there, fine, job's good. Other times, I'm like, shit, okay, we run out of things to say. Bibby, tell me stuff! But that's fine, we did it.
I've got a lot of good stories.
You guys didn't even notice, but now you did, so there you go, you're welcome. That's the behind-the-scenes workings at Ice Cream Uploads. But let's get back in front of the scenes as we jump into our next news story. This is written by Richard Leadbetter for Eurogamer, and he says, has GeForce Now quietly killed Google Stadia?
Ooh, baby.
Oof. I want to jump in with our statement that we generally dislike Stadia in terms of that's what you'd think on this show. We actually are quite pro Stadia. We have a Google Stadia Founders Edition. We were very, very much on board with being involved in this Google Stadia hype train. However, it's been a bit pants. So yeah, so we will be negative, but that comes from a positive place. We are disappointed. We own it, we paid into it, we bought in, and it's just been a bit naff. So we want Stadia to be good, but as long as it isn't, we will happily point that out. So jumping in, has GeForce Now quietly killed Google Stadia? Free access for all. Play your existing PC games library and low-cost sub for RTX ray tracing. After years in development, NVIDIA's GeForce Now is finally available to all users. Hosting PC games in the cloud, GeForce Now ties your existing PC library across a range of online storefronts, allowing you to play your games on computers, smartphones, and tablets. 1080p gaming at 60 FPS is the aim, with NVIDIA even offering access to real-time hardware-accelerated ray tracing for users prepared to pay a small price premium. More power, more titles, more flexibility, portability with your games library. In theory, it's an impressive offering, and 4K streaming apart, its feature set leaves Google Stadia in the shade. GeForce Now previously ran on a beta basis, with users required to sign up and wait for access to the system. This delay on using the service has now been lifted, with NVIDIA offering 2 access tiers to the system. Most likely to draw attention is the free offering, where users can access the cloud system for a session of up to 1 hour. Good enough for a game of Fortnite, which is, in brackets, apparently the most popular game. Funny that, I wouldn't have thought that. Anyway, after that, there's nothing stopping the user from starting another session, though if the servers are fully occupied, a wait may be required. Then there's the Founders Edition tier, priced at $4.99 per month for the first 12 months, with the first 3 months I completely brain farted then. $4.99 per month for the first 12 months with the there we go, I missed a word, with the first 3 months free. Founders get to jump the queue for server availability and can also access hardware accelerated ray tracing features in supported games. Nvidia says that founders get access to RTX 2080 level performance, and to put it to the test, I loaded up Metro Exodus at 1080p resolution with all settings fully maxed out, including ultra level RTX. The game ran flawlessly at 60 FPS on the demanding Tiger stage. Damn. Let's see how long the cycle is. It looks like it's a bit of a read.
It is a bit of a read. I mean, the general consensus is it's a lot cheaper.
Let's jump down
and it works
to their conclusory paragraph then. Regardless, the emergence of GeForce Now from beta is potentially very exciting, not least because a cloud-based system with an impressive feature set is now available to try on your PC, Mac, Android phone, or tablet with zero financial outlay or user-side risk required. By extension, its success will inevitably be defined by the quality of its service. After the somewhat variable response to Stadia, and with Project xCloud still in beta, perhaps this is the kind of move required by one of the major players in order to reboot the idea of cloud gaming as a viable platform. GeForce Now is available to play today, and we'll be taking a more forensic look at what it offers in upcoming Digital Foundry coverage. Woo! Woo! That, to be fair, does sound... okay, we know it sounds good. Bibby, you have had hands-on with both Stadia and xCloud. Mm-hmm. How does this... From the sounds of that, I'm guessing you've not gone hands-on with GeForce Now yet. Is installing it as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go full screen so you can get.
So yes, I am currently installing this now. So hopefully we're going to get some. I'm obviously not going to be doing it during the podcast because I need to sign up to some shit and it just go right over my head. But yes, I will be testing this out over the next 2 days, I imagine. So Friday is probably the best time for me to give you some thoughts on how it performs, so I can have a good old play around with it at home, because I'm going to install it on my tablet as well.
Have a good old play around with it at home, babe.
A good old play around, mate. Caress my phone and my tablet. So yeah, I'm going to give this a good old bash, and see how we get on with it, because I've got, as we know, 1,000,001 games. I've got a lot on my PC as well. So I should be able to give you a decent enough look at some high-end games, some mediocre games, and potentially some indie games as well, just to be able to test everything out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we've said it again. This shouldn't be new news for anybody that's listening to this podcast. We have been early adopters. We was excited for it. The show's leading up to it coming out. We actually unboxed it on the stream as well, or in this podcast. So we are looking forward to the future. It's just unfortunate that the biggest thing and the loudest noises will be made out of a camp that potentially doesn't have the knowledge. They aren't a video games company. Let's be honest. They haven't been around long enough to understand, just to be blunt, the basic needs of what gamers want. And I think that's
like trophies, which nobody really wants. I say that I'm drawing that from my own perspective. I do like a trophy when I get it, but I don't go out of my way to get it. I do, however, know there are trophy hunters out there, so I'll take that back. Trophies aren't the most important thing in the world, but they're kind of by default expected. And yeah, Google Play just didn't even think about that. Oh crap! Yeah, they're coming soon after launch, which we're just programming them in now, right? Yeah, Steve. Program. Yeah, coming after launch. It kind of felt like that.
It literally is just the basic stuff in it. I mean, being told that you can play on 4K on everywhere, and that not being the case, obviously for a lot of people, graphics are the main thing that they want. They want the immersion, and I don't blame them. If they're being told that they're able to do it and then you can't, then you're going down shit creek, aren't you? It's as simple as that. We have been early adopters. We was looking forward to it. We've been kind of been burnt. I've downloaded xCloud, and that, for the best part that I've used, was pretty flawless. I even played some of the more demanding fighting games. They ran perfectly. Destiny ran perfectly. And now I'm going to try and give this a whirl and see what we can gather from this. So from the big three as it stands, can we say that GeForce is the big three? I mean, they are a video game card manufacturer. They're involved in gaming day in day out. So I would say probably yes, it is part of the big three now, even though it is in beta. But again, they've come out with a beta. They understand the audience. They've probably just sat in the dark waiting for other people to make their first move and then learn from their mistakes, which as a business you've got to admire. You know what I mean? You don't want to put yourself out there and potentially burn your own audience. So
just
we'll see.
Jump back into the article because I did skip past a bit, but the counter. So that was obviously we listed through the positives. We didn't actually jump onto the negatives. Let me bring that back up on screen now. So this says, while there are plenty of positives, it's important to balance these with the drawbacks too. First of all, while supporting multiple stores is a good thing, the UI isn't especially clear on which version of the game you're looking to add to the cloud library. I tried to install Far Cry 5, but ended up grabbing the Steam version instead of the Uplay version, which I actually own. Secondly, while the list of supported games is truly vast, not every title you own may be streamable. Can it run Crysis? Definitely in theory, at least. However, Crytek's classic trilogy is owned by EA, and it looks like none of its Origin titles are available, and the Steam-hosted EA offerings are a no-show. Similarly, right now, my Square Enix games aren't available to stream either. From the looks of things, storefronts that are supported include Steam, Uplay, the Epic's Game Store, and Battle.net. Not a bad bunch, but not quite the complete lineup. Other issues? Well, I was surprised at how long Metro Exodus took to load. With all of this in mind, it would be remiss of us not to point out GeForce Now does not exist in a vacuum, and there are other options. Blade Shadow, for example, effectively delivers a PC desktop to use as you will, and not just for gaming. 4K 60 and even 1080p 144 streaming options are supported, and RTX 2080 and Titan RTX-based offerings are in the pipeline. Looking at the firm's 2020 upgrades lineup, the specs look impressive, but the extra flexibility clearly comes with a big price premium over GeForce Now's initial pricing structure. For its part, Nvidia tells me that 4K streaming is entirely viable and may be deployed when the time is right. And to be fair, I've seen demos to that effect in the past, along with high frame rate support. So I've never even heard of Blade Shadow. Have you, babe?
I haven't, if I'm being honest. I will have to give that one a go as well. I've literally just installed the app for GeForce Now, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Let me know if you can.
1 second. Let me get rid of the Chrome article pop. Ish.
All right. So, shit.
Stretch.
So you can see the My Games at the top. I haven't obviously added in any to it yet because I've just loaded it up. But you can see the whole library of games there it's connected to my Steam account, obviously, because that's what I play most of my games on. You can just like scroll through them. I don't know if I'm actually scrolling there because I can't see the screen. So yeah, you can kind of just scroll through and see what you want to play. I imagine I haven't clicked in any of them yet because I think this is going to take me to So it takes you through to like if I want to play Sacred Free, it give you the blurb, the gamepad required, blah blah blah, add to library, and then if I press play, it's probably game requires a gamepad. Yep, okay. Analyzing network. It's going to the ISP and then to their servers. I don't know if this is free to play or not. It's probably going to charge me. It didn't say that I had to pay for it, so Christ knows. But yeah, I'm going to give this a proper look upstairs, and then probably on Friday I'll give you a better rundown of actually what this game is. What the app's like and how it functions. Nice. I mean, it said that the UI doesn't look great. I mean, it just looks like Netflix. If you're used to any kind of Amazon Prime, Netflix, that's exactly what it looks like. It's broken down into categories, and you can blade across and find a game that you want to play. I mean, it doesn't get much more simple than that. I'd rather have it simple than a load of flashing shit on the page that could distract you from actually what you want to do, which is find a game that you want to play.
I always find UI comments are very subjective. They're dependent on what you as a user likes to use and what platform you're using it on. So you using it on a mobile could be different from someone using it on a tablet. The screen space, things should be designed for different things. So yeah, in writing the article, he could have experienced it on a different platform. But just jumping back through the chat, just want to point out a very, very insightful comment from Next Gen Renegade. He says, 4-4-4, East 5-5. which was that a Two Ronnie sketch where they're going through the football scores on like a Saturday afternoon kind of thing? 4-4-4, East 5-5. And then wasn't the one like something Manchester United 1, Ars 0. Baby should dance while grain pads. Yes.
No dancing. I'm not wearing a sports bra. You're gonna see titties everywhere.
That's that gets the views. Twitch tier West, it's fine. It's got a top and it's okay. Atari is better than Google Stadia. To be fair, Atari does exactly what it's supposed to do, so we can't really argue with that at this point in time. But does it come with free suites? What, Stadia or GeForce? Because I don't think either do. God damn it. GG, Bibby playing at home with his 4 skins.
Yeah, absolutely.
The meme lives on. Precision says GeForce sounds decent. It does, to be fair. And that, I think the only thing we have at this point in time, because Bibby mentioned like the big 3 is obviously we've got Google Stadia. If they ever get their fucking ducks in a row, they have so much potential. The resources, the money, the minds, developers. The only thing they don't understand is gamers, and that's their issue. That's their disconnect. They didn't know that trophies were important. They didn't know that being able to play with your friends on a social platform or being able to invite them at the very beginning when you're in the hype period was important. That shows a massive disconnect to gamers. However, if they figure that out, they could be huge. Microsoft know exactly what they're doing. They've been making all the right moves in the last 12 to 24 months. xCloud, the Game Pass, crossplay, championing, all that stuff. They know what they're doing from a gamer's messaging standpoint now. So xCloud could be huge. GeForce could be the dark horse on the outside, though. But then, as we've seen in this article, obviously there are other platforms. It's not just those 2. So either way, if you're interested in cloud gaming, GeForce, xCloud, Google Cloud, whichever one, Google Stadia, should I say, there will be options, and we can definitely expect to see it moving forward as time goes on. One other thing to mention, though, is PlayStation previously bought Gaikai, which was a cloud streaming service back in the time of OnLive and things like that. So PlayStation owns companies that have been developing that technology long before any of these big boys, so to speak, have. They haven't really got much. I mean, PlayStation Now, I suppose, it's just not quite the same.
Well, I'm sure PlayStation Now added a few pretty top tier games recently. I might have. I don't know if I mentioned it. 1st of January 2020. Yeah, so they've uploaded Horizon Zero Dawn, the Uncharted series, and also Overcooked 2, as well as PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. So all of those are in PlayStation Now as well. So it looks like eventually, I think they're starting to gear this up towards PlayStation 5 now, if I'm being honest. It wouldn't surprise me this year if they started to include some of the big boy games and a few exclusives potentially onto the PlayStation Now network. The PlayStation Now service. Just to try and drum up some more interest when the new console comes out. That's essentially what Microsoft have been doing with their Xbox One. So if they want to copy somebody's shoes at the moment with perhaps the best value for money thing in video games at the moment, then it would be stupid for them not to be able to take that up. But who am I? I don't own millions of pounds of worth of company, do I?
No, but you are wearing a Baby Yoda Mandalorian t-shirt, so I think as it goes, you've got quite... Oh. Yeah, my coffee machine is now live. I have a brew being made behind me. Yes! I always hear it. It sounds like someone's like going... like tapping on the door kind of thing. I'm kind of unsure where PlayStation are going to go with it, because you kind of think PlayStation Now needs to be Xbox Game Pass, but the PS Game Pass, it needs to be that, because the consumer friendly offering. Yes, it's not particularly great for devs, or no, it's not. It has the potential to not be great for devs, because you're kind of forcing them into something that might not give them as much profits, which then obviously hampers the long-term industry, but makes Xbox get their profits. It's fine for them. It might not be fine for everyone else. Anyway, ignoring that, let's say that all fine and balances and works for everyone going forward. That means PlayStation need to copy that. It's very pro-consumer, giving them access to all of the games, particularly the big games at launch. But how does that work for cross-platform? Because obviously PlayStation the other day sent out a survey asking if people would like to be able to use remote play to play games on different devices. If they push forward with PlayStation Now, are we likely to see PlayStation Now and remote play kind of becoming this one thing, which is kind of like Project xCloud meets the Games Pass? Because that suddenly becomes a hugely enticing offering. But if you can play remote play xCloud, remote PlayStation Now, or whatever it's going to be called, on your Switch, for example, which is what they were talking about the other day, and you can play The Last of Us Part 2 on that. Are you going to buy a PlayStation for that? If you can play GTA, it's not GTA, let's say Horizon Zero Dawn 2 on your Switch, are you going to buy the PS5 for that? Because that's the thing, PlayStation use their games, and we've seen it time and time again. PlayStation use their games to sell their consoles. Do you want to play? I mean, Death Stranding. I know it's not exclusive, but or was it exclusive? Was it a PlayStation?
Death Stranding. No, it was a timed exclusive. It was coming out on PC, innit?
Yeah. So do you want to play Death Stranding? Yeah, okay. You can get that on PlayStation. Do you want to play The Last of Us? You can get that on PlayStation. Both of them will have their own versions of PlayStations. And do you want to play Horizon Zero Dawn? Exclusive to PlayStation. Do you want to play Spider-Man? Exclusive to PlayStation. Big PS4 console version, red and all. Oh my god! So they're using their games to push out their consoles. There's no surprise that PlayStation has sold over 100 million consoles, whereas the Xbox has sold half that, and that's because their games do that. If they then start allowing you to play those games on your PC and on your Switch and on your tablet, are they going to sell the consoles? That's the thing. So that's what makes me think, maybe PlayStation Now is never going to be as good as the Xbox. Maybe Xbox are in the position where they're only selling half as much anyway, so they can afford to not sell the consoles because they're not selling them. How can you lose something you're not selling? If you're selling the games but not the consoles, you're still making money. Whereas PlayStation are selling 100 million consoles, thinking, yeah, but if we do that, are we gonna lose market share? So yeah. Anyway, speaking of PlayStation, rather than jumping into the article, I will bring up our discussing now slate, which I craftily typed away whilst Bibby was talking. There, nobody even knew. PS5 website, but no price. This is because there was two bits of news that came out yesterday. I will jump into the first one right now. Actually, let's hide the discussing now slate while we're in the article, just so it doesn't cover it up. So PS5's official website launches, but don't expect much from it yet. PlayStation 5 is coming. Written by Steve Watts for GameSpot. Sony has announced the PlayStation 5 is launching this year, and now the company has opened, yes, one of those, or has opened, even without an extra hitch, has opened PS5's official site. The dedicated landing page doesn't feature many details yet, but it does offer a sign up for a newsletter and a brief promise of announcements to come. We've begun to share some of the incredible features you can expect from PlayStation 5, but we're not quite ready to fully unveil the next generation of PlayStation, the page reads. Sign up below to be among the first to receive updates as we announce them, including news on the PS5 release date, PS5 price, and the upcoming roster of PS5 launch games. Most recently, Sony showed off the logo at the Consumer Electronics at CES after revealing its official name. Will follow the conventional PlayStation naming scheme. We've also received a number of technical details, including the inclusion of a solid-state drive. The hardware is said to support 4K and ray tracing. We already know all this. And they're not going to be at E3. Fine. Okay, there we go. So the gist of that, PS5 official website has been launched. Not much detail. It's essentially just a holding slate, but yeah, we've got that. And then let's jump into our next one. PS5 price is a balancing act, maybe influenced by the Xbox Series X price. Who will go first? So for those of you that don't know, this was another article that came out yesterday. So obviously the PlayStation holding page website went live, and at a little bit earlier in the day, there was the details emerged from an investor call, and they essentially said that they're going to wait to see what the Xbox cost is before they release the PlayStation cost. So jumping into that in more detail, Chris Priestman for IGN says, Sony hasn't even fully decided on a price for the PS5 yet. It seems this is in part due to wanting to see how its competition, the Xbox Series X, X1, X Series, X11, X11, One X, is priced, and well as a number of other monetary factors. Sony had its Q3 earnings call this week, during which it was announced that the PS4 just had its lowest Christmas sales period. In total, 6.1 million units were sold during Christmas 2019, compared to 8.1 million units sold in Christmas 2018. Chief Financial Officer Hiroki Totoki stated he intends to ensure a smooth transition for Sony from PS4 to the PS5, but he was questioned on how he will do this and asked which costs Sony can control. And the answer is complicated when it comes to how Sony will price the PS5. Totoki said, first, we must absolutely control the labor costs the personnel cost, it must be controlled, and it leads to what should be recognised as a cost. Well, that's nailed that out. We will definitely control that, and the initial ramp up, how much we can prepare. Initially, we will work on the production and the sales, and we will have to prepare the right volume as we launch this. Oh, this is word garbage so far. Obviously, this isn't a written PR. This is a transcript, so we have to take it obviously from that perspective. While it's not very clear or visible, it's because we are competing in the space, so it's very difficult to discuss anything about the price at this point in time. And depending upon the price level, we may have to determine the promotion that we are going to deploy and how much cost we are prepared to pay. So it's a question of balance, and because it's a balancing act, it's very difficult to say anything concrete at this point in time. But when I said a smooth transition, we mean that we will definitely choose the optimal approach, and that we would try to have the best balance so that we will be profitable in the life during the life of this product. Taking notes that given the PS5 is competing with the Xbox Series X, which also yet has to be given a price, it's very difficult to discuss anything in relation to price without tipping the company's hand. Whether this means Sony will wait until the Xbox announces prices first, or the company ultimately decides to announce a price first, is unclear. But for now, the approach suggests Sony is willing to wait on this announcement. However, Totoki's statements also imply that pricing, which apparently is not set in stone, will also factor into the level of promotion needed to sell the PS5. Interesting.
Yeah, I thought this could be the case when it comes to the pricing stuff, because that's kind of one of the hot topics at the moment. How much do we think that the console's going to be when it comes out? I personally can't see Sony sitting there and saying, you know what, we'll wait for them to announce their price and we'll undercut them. It seems a bit weird. I mean, it has been done in the past.
Yeah,
You just blowing your nose then?
No, I was stirring my brew.
All right.
I just didn't want to spoil it for all the audio listeners. Everyone watching the stream can see me just like reaching around and grabbing my brew and stuff, but anyone listening would just suddenly start hearing. So I just thought I'll save it for it. But yes, it did work. It has worked. We've got a proven track record. Wabbit. We've got a twack record of it happening in the past. Obviously, the PS4. The price for the PS4 was announced after the price of the TV Xbox One. So they just undercut it by enough to make it just look okay. Damn. Okay, well, not only is your console all based on TV, not only can we not share games, but also it's more expensive. So, yeah. PS5 looks like PSS, so can we assume it will be PIS? Good question. Good question. Yeah. So it's one of those things. I mean, yeah.
It's all just up in the air, isn't it? I mean, it's all hearsay at the moment. You can never tell what's real and what's not until they come out themselves and give us a clue. But are we going to see that anytime soon? I don't know. I reckon they're probably going to leave it until the middle of the year now. Like E3 is not going to be. They're not at E3, so we're going to get a price anytime soon. I don't know. I really don't know. I literally, I just don't know. I don't know how bluntly I can put it. I've literally got no idea.
Does anybody know if Bibby knows? I'm not sure if he knows or if he doesn't know or not.
No.
I'm trying to find. I can't find it. I was going to say there was some news around PlayStation released. No. But yeah, basically there's an account called PlayStation which tweeted about a PlayStation event last week. Anyway, Bibby sent me a WhatsApp on it, and I didn't see it for around an hour or so. And then I looked at it and I was like, wait, you do realise that this is PlayStation? And he was like, fuck! As if they got me! Did you?
Well, our expert did the same thing. He quote tweeted and said, bastards, you nearly had me. It's because it had a really good share and like ratio, so it obviously got a lot of people, and it's only until you told me that it wasn't official. But I remember going onto the profile and not seeing a tick. I thought, oh, that's a bit funny. And then we still shared it anyway with the, oh my god, it's happening. Okay.
I can't find your tweet. I wonder if they've been binned because I can't find your tweet, because Bibby did tweet it, but then obviously quote tweeted it afterwards saying Motherfuckers. But yeah. Scrolling. I can't see it. Oh well, let's keep up on that. But yes, so it's in essence, it's quite a big story. I always find the investor calls. I always find them a bit bizarre because what they've had to do is tell the investors in their company something about their company that potentially could harm their company. So you guys are investing in this company. You've put your money into it, so you want money back. So how can we get you the best return on investment? By telling our secrets. And it's just so bizarre. I mean, I completely get it. Obviously, if you're investors, you want updates on the company. You've paid money into it, and the investor calls are open so that all investors can access to that information. And yeah, completely get all of that side of it. I mean, I say completely get it. I don't fully know it all, so I am talking it as it from an obvious outsider, which you can probably tell if you know stuff about this. But it is so strange to see that the best thing for PlayStation is to not mention that at all, because what they've said is we're going to have to see what happens with Xbox. That's reading between the lines, but that's essentially what they're saying. So by saying that, Microsoft now can sit there and go, okay, well, we'll just hang fire a bit and see what happens with PlayStation. Or maybe we think of a creative marketing campaign where we go, it's £500, even though they're thinking it's going to be £450 or whatever, or £400, and PlayStation comes out and goes, it's £470, and then Xbox goes, lol, we knew you were going to do this, but it's £450. But then what's going to stop PlayStation from going, we do as well, it's £400? And I mean, that'd be really good for everyone if that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of a difficult thing. Do you show your hand too soon? Microsoft did that with the Xbox One, but their ego, their belief in TV, and always online and DRM and stuff like that, the belief was good. Always online exists now. We pretty much have that now, but they got there too soon, and that confidence, that overconfidence in something that the public didn't believe in, kind of upset their apple cart. So their confidence in showing their hand ultimately led to them losing the generation. Ninja Bachelor Party. I bought an Xbox and got a free red ring. Xbox 360, or is this Xbox One? Because Xbox 360.
360 had the red ring, didn't it?
Yeah. I just mean, does the Xbox One have it as well? I don't think it does, but like, yeah, I had Red Ring of Death on my Xbox 360 like 4 times. Twice on one console, once on another, and then once on another. So 3 different consoles, 4 times I had to get them done.
Did you ever wrap it in a damp towel?
I just wrapped it in towels to obviously heat it up and stuff. And in the end, I just gave up on it and went to my PS3, which at the end of the generation died, which is why it took me so long to play Uncharted and things like that. So yeah. Not the best. Put it in the oven. Does anyone want a bit of Xbox? Eh? Yeah, nice, yeah.
I ended up going through like two Xboxes, and then finally Samantha bought me, because I was just getting pissed off with mine. She went out and got me, the slim ones. It was like the last version of them that you could take the top off and put a new hard drive in if you wanted to. That was the last one that I've got. I've still got it now, so that still does the business.
Heat sinks were notorious. So it was a horrendous time. Horrendous. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we've spoken about GeForce. We've spoken about PS5 potentially having a price point in the market. Do you remember what our price points were? I know we've spoken about it a few times, David, but do you remember?
Yes. I said 379. You said 479.
I'm still fairly confident in my 379.
I'm more leaning towards yours now, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think I have undercut it by so much. Like, there's no way now it's 379. I think if it was just the console and nothing else, it could potentially still be that. But I feel like they're going to want to force a game at launch at you. Don't know what it's going to be yet. Is it going to be the Godfall bundle? If they do, I think it's going to be about 439. But I'm probably leaning towards the 479 now.
Yeah.
But I'll stick with the 379.
Okay. So that's kind of where we were thinking. If you guys have predictions on what you think price-wise, please let us know in the chat. As Enix has just done exactly that. PS5 and Xbox Series X 550 or 600. Issue is tech inflation. Phones are reaching $1,300 now. The issues there, though, is phones are something that people see as a necessity. You need a phone. Whereas consoles are still seen as luxury. That has watered down, don't get me wrong. Over the last 2 generations, consoles are more mainstream than they ever have been. As we've said, Grand Theft Auto has outsold pretty much any entertainment IP ever, kind of thing. So, consoles are becoming more of a necessity, but still aren't there in the mainstream. So that $1,300 for what are that? $475.99 says Ads Plays. If it is that, then I have got a crisp high five waiting for you.
Well, don't forget though, like these consoles usually tend to be sold at not a profit. They don't make any money off them. They're literally just wanting to get them. They try to recoup their money back through software sales and new controllers and all that shit, because you are going to go through controllers in your lifespan, especially if you're playing games that are on competitive online. You're going to be going through so many pads. So, they've technically always released their consoles as a not-for-profit thing. So I think we've got that going in the favour as well. But I do think I've gone a bit too low with mine.
Yeah,
I've just seen as well that someone donated.
Yeah, I was going to jump onto that one. I was just trying to work out how we pronounce the name. Is it Hawked Proto or is it Hawk 3D Proto? But the comment with it is very good. 5 bits. Those sound like northern accents. Where are you from? I mean, northern accents. I mean, well, facts, mate. I'm originally Yorkshireman, but live in Manchester, Worcestershire, and Bibby likes to hide.
Yes, I'm a Manchester.
All right, mate. So yeah, both in the northwest, both Yorkshire Mancunian accents, kind of thing. It's Salford Arcade. I'm in Salford. That's the one. OP3 Proto. I'm trying. When I wrote that in, was it your stream? Was it your stream, or was it were you in our stream? I can't remember now. But I wrote.
No, I think it was in his. I said that to him the other night. Playing Pez, I was like, "Oh, it's OP3 precision." He's like, "You dickhead."
I'm trying to remember where it was. Was it? I can't remember his name. Who's the?
If you know, you know.
Who's the ex-Rangers footballer that now plays in like Turkey or something that streams Pez? I'm pretty sure it was him. It might not have been, but he was reading names in the chat and he was like, OP3 Cision. So I was like, that's amazing. So that's where it comes from. Just call me Hawk. I'm from West Yorkshire. All the best people are from West Yorkshire. I'm originally from Uddersfield. Got family in Lancashire too. Oh, 5 more bits. Thank you very much for the bits. Tony Watt, that's the one.
Appreciate
Tony
it.
Watt, ex-Celtic, not Rangers. Do you know what? This is where it gets awkward. I'm sorry. So for those of you in the chat, Precision is a Rangers fan, and I've just said an ex-Celtic player played for. Bye. God damn it. Anyway, on that bombshell, let's swiftly move into the next bit of news. And this could potentially be our last one, although there was potentially some Fortnite bits to discuss afterwards as well. So let's jump in. Bring that full screen. Fallout 76 is coming to Steam in April with a big human NPC expansion. Written by Christopher Livingston for PC Gamer. Fallout 76 Wastelanders brings a new faction-based main quest, and the original main quest has been revamped. So the free expansion that will bring human NPCs to Fallout 76 has a new launch date. Finally. Fallout 76 Wastelanders will be coming to PC on April the 7th, and with the Wastelanders launch, Fallout 76 will finally be coming to Steam as well on the very same day. A new trailer awaits you above if you haven't already clicked it. You already clicked it, didn't you? That's fine. I'd have done the same thing. Okay, I do like a little bit of in-article banter, but it's not as well when I'm reading it out to someone else. Anyway, along with the human NPCs coming to Appalachia, the main factions being the raiders living at the crashed space station and settlers inhabiting a fort called Foundation, there will be a new reputation system in Fallout 76 challenging you to raise your standing among the factions by helping them out with tasks and quests. The more you gain their trust, the more items and faction-based plans you'll be able to purchase from vendors. Companions will be available too, though we haven't heard much about them lately. As far as we know, they'll mostly hang around at your base camp. The trailer gives a glimpse of what's coming. I see ghoul NPCs as well as some sort of scary-looking cult figures, both of which could represent new minor NPC factions. New minor NPC factions you may be able to gain favour with or fight against. New creatures are also shown, including some kind of flying mutant light bulby looking things. Oh my god, it's a flying mutant light bulby looking thing. Icky. Anyway, plus we get a nice long look at a bow and arrow, a wrist mounted saw blade, and some sort of heavy energy cannon. Along with a new faction-based main quest and side quests, the announcement email sent to PC Gamer also says the original main quest from Fallout 76 has been revamped, though we don't exactly know how yet. And at least for me, it's also hard not to read into a little Wastelanders tagline in the trailer. A new beginning. I feel it's not just talking about the factions beginning a new life in Appalachia, but perhaps a new beginning for Fallout 76 players too. With human NPCs, branching dialogue trees, story-based choices, and reputation systems, Wastelanders promises to bring in a bit more of the things that made past Fallout games so enjoyable. Let me see how long we've got. Okay, this... yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. That seems like a good enough conclusion to the article there.
Do you know what, mate? I have been giving a lot of grief to this game purely because of my love for the Fallout franchise itself. So, does this make me want to get back into it? Yes, it does. It makes me want to go and get this game. There is no better time now to pick this game up. While it's kind of dead in terms of potential people playing online, it's £8. If you look in the right places, you're finding this game for £8. So if you haven't got it, then it's definitely worth probably picking up. Now we're getting some NPCs in there, so you don't have to rely on the world to give you something to do. And it looks like there's a new main quest storyline being revamped in there too. So I mean, it's a win-win with the low price of it, and you getting back into this. It's good, and I'm happy that there's still this game could have been dead. Well, start again. This game could have died and not
maybe
recovered.
Just blue screen. This game could have.
Yeah. Well, we could have potentially had another Anthem on our hands with this, but it seems like Bethesda are still putting some love into the game, which you know what, you've got to commend that. They're still wanting to try and make people play this game. They still want the original Fallout guys to go back in and show the game some love, and the fact that they're still patching stuff in to fix stuff that they definitely should have had in the game around the launch time is commendable, and I'm happy that they are still giving it some love. I mean, not alone at that, but they've still got the Elder Scrolls Online alongside that, so they've got two big MMO franchises running at the same time, and they're still showing love to both of them. I think, again, it's highly commendable.
I think this has been a big thing for Bethesda. I mean, obviously, it's been a big thing for Bethesda. I mean, the game itself would be a big thing, but the fact that it was so negatively received, I think that has had a big impact on everything else that Bethesda has tried to deliver then. Doom! Mm-hmm. Yes, it's coming out! Oh, shit. Okay, let's delay it. Okay, the Wastelanders update. We've announced it at E3. Oh, it's not quite ready yet. Let's delay it. And they've gone, do you know what? Fuck it. Let's hold things back. Let's not go live, because if we just start putting things out that are obviously below par, after such a catastrophic release for Fallout 76, which was hyped, I mean, it was huge everywhere. Seeing how badly that was received, if they did something that was half, or not even half, it was 90% release, people would, like, that 10% would be under the magnifying glass. So the fact that they delayed on it, we obviously were saying, look, we think it's piss poor. It's going to be a year after the game now, after the release. It's going to be longer than a year before people get to play the full game with the Wastelanders update. However, Bibby is one sexy motherfucker. Is he going to say it?
Bibby is one sexy motherfucker.
He put that?
We've got TTS on, so it just said it straight in my ears. I don't know if you caught that through the stream or not.
No, I wouldn't have seen it.
Bibby is one sexy motherfucker, blue heart. So thank you very much to Wevy Goat Bybin Ho for his 19-month resub to the channel. Cheers, Bibby.
I guess how I did that, Graham.
Did you use some miraculous free subscription method?
I most certainly did.
Maybe you should give some more information on what this is.
Well, basically, because I pay for Amazon Prime, I've got something called Twitch Prime, which you get for free. I know, it's magic. So what happens is you end up getting something for free, and then you can donate that freebie to somebody else who actually gains some monetary value out of it. So if you do have Amazon Prime, you've got Twitch Prime, you've not used it, feel free to use it on us, because we've got studios and lights and mics and all that sort of stuff, but we would greatly appreciate your money.
I was trying to find where is it? There we go. Boom. Boom. There we go. There we go. Just using the Twitch Prime overlay that everyone uses across all of the channels. But there we go. I thought I'd click it while Baby was doing the sales spiel. Anyway, back to Fallout 76 Bethesda. Anyway, I'll bring this up. I loaded this up while Baby was talking then. This is a tweet I posted in June last year. Myself and Mr. BuzzDev Peep Jamie Hughes, looking like two blue smurfs, enjoying the BE3 E3 2019 conference. So this is Bethesda's E3 conference, obviously. We were there repping Ice Cream Uploads. And the thing about that Bethesda conference, that was where they first announced the Wastelanders update. And in doing that, the passion, I mean it, literally, the passion in the room was incredible. It was like being at a gig. People were up, people were shouting, people were screaming. It was so passionate that people were actually investigating whether the people in the crowd were actually Bethesda/Fallout fans or whether they were just actors paid to put into the
plants.
Room. Yeah. I mean, some of them did look a bit like plants. Anyway, so yeah, they announced it there, and you could tell they were open and they were honest in the tone that we're saying. I mean, we didn't give them a free pass. We still have slated them when they needed to be slated since, but they were saying, look, we dropped the ball on, we dropped our balls even on Fallout 76. We've done a shit job and we want to fix it with the Wastelanders update. We want to take the time to make sure it's perfect, and it's going to come out and ads plays with a sub. Thank you very much and welcome to Team Ice Cream.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, much appreciated, dude. Appreciate you being in each and every single day as well. The support is very, very much appreciated. We don't tend to do that too much. We occasionally we shout when we get hosts and followers and subs on stream, but while we're in the scoop, because it's a podcast that was into audio things, it can obviously be a distraction for those that maybe just sat in a car in traffic listening to us. They don't get to see all of that stuff. However, let's just take a minute and say thank you very much to every single person that has hit that follow button, has hit the sub button, and does tune in and get involved in the chat each and every single day. It does genuinely mean a lot. And obviously, just sitting there viewing, even not chatting, it helps with channel exposure and everything. Just being here helps us get more eyes on the scoop, which means that we can do more for you guys going forward. So very much appreciate
Absolutely.
Anyway, so yes, Bethesda. We have rinsed them. We've had a go at them every time something has gone wrong. Rightly so. Everyone should be held to task. But they have kept plugging away. They have gone, okay, we're not going to fuck things up. We're going to delay things, which does piss people off. But we've said it, and we believe it firmly on Ice Cream, that if you're going to do something, do it properly. If you're going to do it late, you can still do it right. If you do it wrong and then fix it, it was always wrong at first. And they are getting to the point where they're going to overturn a lot of the hatred that Fallout 76 has got with the Wastelanders update. I mean, obviously for some people it will be too little too late, but for a lot of people it will be a very, very big addition, so fair play to them. It's taken them a while, but that last paragraph in that article that said with human NPCs, branching dialogue trees, story-based choices, and reputation systems, Wastelanders promises to bring in a bit more of the things that made past Fallout games so enjoyable. So that is a huge addition, and that would have cost them a shitload in terms of resources, development time, marketing, and all that around it. So they haven't just rested on their laurels. They are trying to make right what they've done, which does deserve a huge pat on the back. So GG Bethesda. GG. I sit and do my morning nebulizers and exercise while listening. Well, we're happy to get your knees up. Come on, move faster, move faster, move faster.
Faster.
Precision. I'm normally at the gym watching. Yeah, I always do the exercises and the gyms as well myself. But yeah, that's kind of it. Unless we did want to jump into, you were chatting before we went live, babe, about.
Yeah, there was something about there was a Fortnite one at the bottom.
Oh, is it?
That was literally, I think that ended up breaking as we was going live.
Oh well.
I ended up getting written anyway.
Let's jump in then. I haven't seen this article, so we can discover it together. Just not Babe, because he's seen it already, because you know what he's like. All right, Babe. I've just seen it first before we all see it, mate. All right. So this one. Wow, all the animations in the world. I've literally I apologise if you just heard all of that. I hit the wrong button. And what we have, if anyone's ever watched the stream in the past, I have There we go. Not just Bibby has them on the Stream Deck and the Tudor, but we have a bunch of animations. So we have like a GTA style "You've Died." We have a winner, chicken dinner sort of animation. Anyway, I hit one button that made them all go live at the exact same time. so that is what that horrible noise was. I was trying to hit the button that does this. There we go. Article on screen. Leaked Fortnite skins and cosmetics, Valentine's Day and Harley Quinn skin. This is written on Disserter.com by Calum Patterson. So the Fortnite update for Season 1 of Chapter 2, version 11.5, has gone live, and data miners have uncovered a batch of unreleased skins and cosmetics to the Battle Royale. Season 2 is set to start on February 20th, but before then there's still time for a few more events in the first season, the longest ever so far. With not long left in the season, there's fewer new skins and cosmetics this time around, but it looks like a Valentine's Day event is coming, judging by the look of these leaked skins. Before we get to the Valentine's Day content though, there's one skin that everyone's been waiting for that has now been confirmed. The new film Birds of Prey is releasing on February 7th, and to celebrate, Harley Quinn's skin is on its way to Fortnite. There are two styles for the skin too. The first, her standard look, and another, even wackier outfit. This image of the new skin was leaked via HypeX. Where is the skin? Oh, there we go. Okay, there's...
Can you not see it in the middle of the page?
Yeah. But it's like it's a huge image that's got like a bunch of skins in it. Like the
no, I'm looking at one that had literally two versions. It's literally on my screen. It's underneath what you just read there. The two styles for the skin. First, a standard look.
There is a gap on my screen where it's not showing. So if I click that link to go to HypeX, there we go. That's the image. There we go. So yes, Harley Quinn is coming to Fortnite. Let's go back to the article. New Valentine's Day skins, then 1 week after the release of Birds of Prey. It is, of course, Valentine's Day. For the final week of Season 1, it looks like players will be getting loved up. There are 4 new skins for this event in total, plus 1 extra style and a host of other items, including back blings and weapon wraps. You can see all the leaked Valentine's Day content coming to Fortnite here, thanks to the leaker HypeX. And there you go, there's an image there on screen that has all of the leaks, including the Harley Quinn asset too. All of the Valentine's Day skins and cosmetics coming to Fortnite, as that says. We don't know the exact release date for these items yet, though. Presumably, the Harley Quinn skin will be available by February 7th to tie in with the launch of the movie. A leak claimed it will be available on February 6th at 7 p.m. EST. As for the rest of the skins and cosmetics, we'd expect these to be available just before Valentine itself, so perhaps not until Friday the 12th or 13th. Epic should give an exact release date closer to the time. Can you see yourself contesting for these, Bib?
Absolutely not. The Harley Quinn one is going to be behind a paywall, so you won't be able to get it very much like the Kylo Ren was and things like that. So it's not something that I'm going to play for. The Valentine's ones, no, they don't look like something that I want to play for. The one thing that I would like is the baseball bat, the Harley hitter. That's probably about it. I am probably the next time I'm going to be booting up the game is when the season pass lands on February 20th. So you should expect to see some streams of this as me and you go through this, because we finished the battle pass last time. Obviously, you did like the overtime goal, overstretch goals, or whatever it is.
I just haven't done the latest ones. I'd kind of like by that point there was some additional skins for Cameo and Sheik or something like that. But
right.
I loaded it up earlier this week to do them, but it was the same day as the PUBG Battle Pass had come out, and I was just like, or Season Pass should I say, I was just like, ugh, am I ever going to play as Cameo Sheik extra skin? Nah, so I just turned it off and played more PUBG.
That's it. I mean, these ones here, the only one that I would probably use is the Harley Quinn one. However, it's going to be behind a paywall, so I don't really want to pay for it. It's the same as the Christmas ones. We've got like the Christmas cracker, what was it? The Christmas cracker pickaxe or whatever it was.
The mini pickaxe.
That's it, yeah. And then we've got a load of other Christmas stuff like the guns and things like that. Nah, I don't want to play for that. I want to play for proper skins like the B-Tech Solid Snake and the B-Tech Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Yeah, so they're the ones that I like, so I'm going to play for them ones and see what they come in Season 2. But yeah, the next time I probably boot it up is going to be for Season 2.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I'm not going to invest in Harley Quinn. I've already invested. I bought Kylo Ren because I had an Xbox voucher lying around that wasn't getting used. It was a duplicate for a birthday present. I thought, well, then I might as well use it. And I will never use anything else because nothing's going to beat a Star Wars character. Harley Quinn.
Absolutely.
I mean, so it is good, though, for those that are interested, if you are interested. New skins. But the biggest thing for me is not the Valentine's Day event because I'm not interested in those seasonal novelty things like Bibby says. I'm not interested in any of the other crap. I am. Precision says, I cacked my wife once. Was that when I hit the animations button and everything just kind of went off at once? I apologise. But yes, yeah, I'm not interested in a roses are red scar covered in flowers and stuff. I'm not going to use it. I'll use a good shiny metallic man one, something that the Doc could run around with, and that's about it for me. Yeah, so I mean, I will like the challenge of unlocking it all, but I'm not going to use it. So yeah, if it scratches your itch, then that's all good. But it's not for me. But I think we've hit the end of the show now, babe. I
most certainly think we have done too.
Nice. Bear with me 1 second. Might hear my own voice coming back to the stream. No. So when are we next on air, babe?
We are next on air tomorrow at 10 a.m. live on twitch.tv/ice cream uploads. But before then, I hear you ask, where can you find the podcast? When this finishes, it's going to be on YouTube in about an hour's time, but you can still watch it on twitch.tv/ice cream uploads as a video on demand. But I hear you talking about, you want to listen to this in your car, you want to listen to it while you're in the gym or in the bath. Do you know what I mean? You got a shower radio, you want to slap our voices on, that's fine. We've got you covered. It's on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But we'll be giving you more notices on the Twitter and Facebook pages with a cheeky little end video and where you can find all the stuff in a nice, neat post.
Lovely. Was that Mr. Kennedy saying winner chicken dinner in that soundbite? It was. I didn't know that because I'm not aware of wrestling these days, but I'll play it again for you now. Where is it? There it is. Winner, chicken dinner. Our resident colorer, innerer, you may see in the chat, Next Gen Renegade. He does all of the design and artwork stuff for Ice Cream, and I believe he did the animation stuff for us, or he may have done it in association with the rest of the colorer, innerers. Anyway, he's a wrestling fan, and he was the one that found the soundbite that went with it. So, yeah. That is Mr. Kennedy. I only know because he told me. I don't know who Mr. Kennedy is. Mr. Kennedy sounds like a primary school teacher to me, not a wrestler, but there we go. Anyway, as Bibi said, feel free to get in touch with us on social media. Pirate lovingly has typed ! socials in the chat, so you don't even have to type the links in. Just click them. There you go. Twitter, Facebook, Insta, and YouTube. Feel free to hit the follow, subscribe, the likes, all the buttons. I mean, the main ones well, all of them, to be fair, really. I mean, obviously, if you want to be involved on Twitter, you will get our tweets, our Go Live notifications. The same thing goes out on Facebook, Insta, and you can see the full on-demand content on YouTube too. So make sure you go along and hit follow and sub on all of those. And the good thing for that is we have some giveaway stuff. You may have seen we gave away a Resident Evil bundle last week. Well, we have the Ice Cream Uploads Invitational 3. That's Triple Threat Tournament. We announced another team yesterday. There are more announcements. Bib, do you know when the next one's going out?
Yes, it's at 2 p.m. today.
Oof. So another team announcement for the Invitational today. And hand in hand with the Invitational, we will have even more giveaways as we go forward. So make sure you get involved. If you want to see excellent esports action, then the Invitational is the one that you want. And if you want some free stuff as well, then yeah, we are the ones that you want. But until then, I mean, I would ask Bibby a question, but Bibby hasn't moved for about 5 minutes. It looks like he's deep in thought with his hand on his face. Look at how much he's concentrating. Oh, he's gone. No. So we'll get the audio segment. Bib, anything you want to add before we disappear for the day?
Well, the Discord just decided to start failing, so I'm going to assume that you've just asked me what I want to finish with for the end of the day.
Yeah. Anything else that you want to add?
There we go. Yes. Again, if you do see anything around the Twitter hemisphere about video games that you want to get involved with us, then do feel free to tag at myself, which is we've got with Benio, at Graham_Day for the person that you're looking at. And also Ice Cream Uploads, which Pirate has very kindly just popped into the chat. Precision did that this morning, and we've seen Ravi do the same yesterday. So again, you want to see stuff, you want to hear our opinions, tag us. We'll include it in the show for tomorrow.
Yeah, lovely. Well, Pirate says, do any other announcements matter? Well, really, compared to the Invitational, but, you know, this is a new show. We kind of have to pretend it, because that kind of makes it all a bit void. So, yeah. Anyway, have yourselves a very lovely day. We will be back from here and, well, the black hole that Bibby currently is sat in because he doesn't have visuals anymore. He will be there for you tomorrow at 10 a.m. too. We will see you then. Make sure we will see you in the morning. Says Big Zombie Monkey, have you just arrived? Have you just arrived and we're going away? God, Spike. I just got ES as well. No. Oh, Bibby's back though for you. Look at that. Oh, whoa. Let me make that full screen.
Oh, God, my eyes are hurting because I didn't blink.
Raging eye, says Precision.
Raging eye.
Aye, lad, aye. Anyway, have yourselves a very, very lovely day. I am gonna, do you know what? Let Bibby do a wave off. Oh, he's pointing at his tits.
Sorry, I just love Baby Yoda. That's all it is. I just want to show him off all the time.
Yoda one. No, anyway. We said it 3-4 times now. We are ending this time, ladies. Have yourselves a lovely day. And if you're listening on YouTube, on iTunes, SoundCloud, whatever, do not crash your car. Don't have to wave back. We're waving at you now, but you don't have to wave back. Have yourselves a lovely day, and we will see you at 10 a.m. Remember,